Hi everyone, good morning. Welcome to the class. Today we'll try to continue with the concepts, which are extending the concepts of chemistry. So we mainly focus on with the measurement of experimental data and handling the theoretical data. So what are all the problems we face and how to organize such particular data and how to represent it. So we'll try to learn in the present class. So we'll try to start our discussion. So what is meant by uncertainty in measurement? Now, if we observe many a times in the study of chemistry, so one has to deal with the experimental data as well as theoretical calculations. So the data obtained from practical means as experimental data and the data which is obtained from theoretical calculation. So handling both, so what are all the problems we face and how to organize it. So we'll try to observe. So there are meaningful ways to handle the numbers conveniently and present the data realistically with certainty to the extent possible. Now, always in the calculation, there is uncertainty associated. In the measurements, there will be uncertainty associated. What is that certain and uncertain? So we need to relate. So uncertainty associated in any calculation so can be measured so with the help of two important aspects. One is called as scientific notation form and another one is significant figures. So with the help of these, by understanding, so we can able to explain how uncertainty can be measured in the calculation. Hence, to answer, we'll try to learn first. So, what is scientific notation? What is the need of relating any numbers in the form of scientific notation form? Then, what are significant figures? How to count the number of significant figures in any given calculation number? So, all these, if you remember, then only your numerical skills will be proper. So if you understand the scientific notation and significant figures, so your numerical knowledge will be very good and you will never do a mistake in the rearrangements and all. And you will be clearly focused with the calculation aspect and handling the numbers. So whatever the huge number is there, so you can able to express that in the form. And the conclusion of these two, why it is required, we'll try to observe at last in the concepts. Now we'll try to start with the first one, scientific notation. Now, as chemistry is the study of atoms and molecules, we know that atoms and molecules are very extremely small particles. So their size is very small, so and their mass is very low, but their number is huge. So with small size and low masses, they are present in extremely large numbers. How to count such numbers and how to handle such data. So without scientific notation, you cannot imagine how to handle such huge numbers. Now, just to give that example, now you try to look into this number. So 602,200 followed by you can consider so zeros 3, 6, 9, 12, 15, 18 zeros followed by that. So if you consider that, so what is this number if you relate? So it is number of hydrogen molecules present in 2 grams. If we take the 2 grams, so which represents 1 mole of hydrogen. So we'll try to learn mole and all in detail in the concept of Avogadro number and mole concept. Now, so if you take hydrogen molecule, so 2 grams of hydrogen or 14 grams of nitrogen if you take, or 16 grams of oxygen you take, in all such cases, so the number of molecules present is this. So these many molecules of hydrogen are present in 2 grams. So just you can assume the decimal point from here. So if you move here, it will be nearly 1,000, 10,000, lakh, crore, like that. If you keep on counting this, is it possible to remember this huge number always? No, it is not possible to write these numbers always in representing that. So hence, so in such cases, so our scientific notation so will help us to handle the data. So just with this basic example, so how to represent this we'll try to learn later, or I will show here only. Now you consider a decimal place is here. So and you are moving this decimal place towards left hand side. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, like that. If you remove, that is, if you move these decimal point, you will get 6.022 into 10 to the power of 23. So this is called as a constant, so which is Avogadro number. Now instead of writing this number as such like this, so if we represent as 6.022 into 10 to the power of 23, it represents a constant Avogadro number. Like that, if you take the constant terms, so many you have, so including the charge of electron, so including the mass of electron, proton, neutron, the constant terms such as speed of light or Planck's constant. So like this, if you take any particular constant values or the mass terms or the number terms, so if you see in the subject, so it is represented in this form. Now this kind of representation is called as scientific notation. So we cannot able to write such huge numbers always by counting the number of zeros and all. So hence there should be a proper notation which is used to represent such huge numbers. So whether it is in this value or in 0.0000 like that, so very less value. To represent that, so we depend on exponential notation form. And scientific notation is represented as an exponential notation form. So where all the numbers are represented in the form of n into 10 to the power of n. So this kind of representation is called as scientific notation. So representing any number in the form of n into 10 to the power of n is called as scientific notation. So we will be getting any numbers in the problem of calculations, so in the unit, and they will ask this for 1 mark question. So they will give a number and they will ask you to represent it in the scientific notation form. Here n is called as a digit term, so where the value of n lies between 1 to 9.9, and small n represent the exponential term, so which may be a negative number, 0, or a positive value. So n may be 0, a negative value, or a positive value, but n is a digit term, its value should lie in between 1 to 9.99. So that we'll try to learn in detail now. So what is scientific notation? Scientific notation is the exponential notation in which any number can be represented in the form of n into 10 to the power of n, that is in this form. So here the significance of each you need to remember. So where n, capital N, is called as a digit term, and the value of that should range between 1 to 9.99. It should not be less than 1 or it should not be greater than 9.99. That is, it should not be 10 or it should not be less than 1. So the value should lie only in the range of 1 to 9.99. Like that, you need to move the decimal place to get this n value, so which is called as digit term. So whose value ranges between 1 to 9.999 only. Should not write the digit term less than 1 or greater than 9.99, that is 10 onwards. Any number will be the higher than this. So then this small n is called as exponent term or exponential value. So this may be 0, a positive value, or a negative value. So based on the movement of decimal place, you will get, if you move the decimal place left hand side, you will get a positive value. Remember that the positive value will come. So if you move the decimal place or decimal point towards left hand side, so how many times you will move the decimal point to get the digit term in this range? So that number should be raised as 10 to the power of that n value. Here, if you consider the movement of decimal point, if you consider 23 times, so you will get 6.022, so which will be in the digit term range of 1 to 9.99. Hence, the exponent term to get that is by moving the decimal point 23 places towards left hand side, hence it will be with a positive value. Similarly, if you move the decimal point towards right hand side, if you move the decimal point towards right hand side, you will get a negative number. The respective movement of decimal point is indicated with negative sign and followed by the movement number. So that we'll try to learn now with simple examples, and we'll try to practice few exercise numbers, so which are asked to express in scientific notation form. So before going to that, I'll repeat it again as it is very important. So scientific notation is the exponential notation form in which any number is placed in the form of capital N into 10 to the power of n form, where capital N form is called as digit term, and this value should be between 1 to 9.99. So into 10 to the power of small n, where small n is called as exponential term, so which may be 0, a positive value, or a negative value. Here positive or negative is mentioned, so including 0 it will be. Now that we'll try to understand with simple example. If you solve examples, then only you can easily understand. Now we need to express any number in this form, that is n into 10 to the power of n. Now here a number is given, so it is 232.508. So whatever is the number. Now you try to indicate first a decimal point. So decimal point place you need to move to get the digit term first. So you try to consider, if you move the decimal point towards one place left hand side, you will get 23.2. So if you move towards one more place, that is the second place, you will get 2.32. Now you can write that as 2.32 followed by, you have moved the decimal point, you continue the numbers. 508. So after learning the significant figures, so you can understand rounding of concept. So there, so instead of writing these many numbers, you can round it off to the value. So that rules will try to learn in the significant figures. Now how many places you have moved? 2 places you have moved for the decimal point to get the digit term in the range of 1 to 9.99. So 10 to the power of that respective movement. So one place, 2 place you have moved, hence it is towards the left hand side, it is plus. So and the movement is, it is 2. So hence, so 232.508 in the scientific notation form is given as, so 2.32508 into 10 to the power of plus 2. Now this is called as the scientific notation form for this given number. Now the digit term range is between 1 to 9.99, and the exponent term is a positive value that shows the decimal point is moved towards left hand side. How many places it has been moved? It is 2 places, hence it is plus 2. Similarly, we'll take one more example. So in this example, the decimal point, so you need to move towards right hand side to get the digit term in the range of 1 to 9.9. It is, you need to get it as 1.6. Hence, if you move the decimal place one place towards right hand side, second third, fourth. If you move 4 places towards your right hand side, so you will get 1.6 as the digit term, now which is in the range of 1 to 9.99, 10 to the power of. As it is moved towards right hand side, so it is negative sign. How many places it is being moved? It is 4 places. Hence, the scientific notation for 0.00016 is 1.6 into 10 to the power of minus 4. Hope it is clear. We'll try to solve few more simple examples. So these two is a NCERT textbook content based example. Now, so these are the exercise problems. So from the exercise question, I have taken these numbers. So they have asked to express these numbers in scientific notation form. So we'll try to take one by one. So you can practice along with this many numbers. So at least 3 or 4 additionally you practice. So you observe the PU question bank to answer that. Now, if you observe here, so we need to move the decimal place towards right hand side. So and how many places we need to move? So it is 1 place, 2 places and 3 places. It is 1, 2, 3 places you need to move the decimal point, so towards your right hand side. So hence, so the number will become 4.8, so which is in the digit term range, into 10 to the power of, so the movement is towards right hand side, hence it is a negative sign. And how many places it is being moved? It is 3. Hence, the scientific notation form for 0.0048 is 4.8 into 10 to the power of minus 3. Now, this form is called as its scientific notation form. I will try to observe here. So here 2, 3, 4, comma 0, 0, 0 indicates. So this here will be the decimal point, the ending place. Now to convert this 2,34,000, so you need to move the decimal place towards left hand side. You need to move the decimal place towards your left hand side. How many places? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 places you need to move the decimal point towards the left hand side. As a result, so the number will become with the digit term range 2, 3, 4. Zeros are not required to write as all are zeros, so no need to mention such zeros. Then 10 to the power of exponent term is, as it is towards left hand side, the sign is plus, and how many places you have been moved? It is 5. Hence it is 2.34 into 10 to the power of plus 5. So now if you observe this number, so 8008 indicates decimal point will be here. Now to get 8.008, we need to move the decimal point 1 place, 2 place and 3 place. So 3 places you need to move for the decimal point. As a result, the number will become 8.008, now which is in the digit term range of 1 to 9.99 into 10 to the power of how many places you have moved, and towards left hand side, as a result the sign will be plus, and how many places? 3 places. Hence it is 8.0008 into 10 to the power of plus 3 is its scientific notation form. So next, the fourth value, it is 500.0. Now to get 5.00, you need to move the decimal place, so towards the left hand side again. As a result, the sign will be plus. So how many places? 1 place if you move, it will be 50. Second place if you move, it will be 5. Hence 2 places if you move, you will get 5.000 you will get. Hence 5.0 if you write, it is sufficient. Into 10 to the power of how many places you have moved. As it is left hand side, sign is plus, and movement of places is 2, hence it is 5.0 into 10 to the power of plus 2. The last number 6.0012. Already it is in the digit term range. Now to express this in the scientific notation form, so we need to consider the exponent term. So now 10 to the power of 0 is 1, so that the value remains same, but it is expressed in scientific notation form. And the scientific notation form for this number is 6.0012 into 10 to the power of 0. Hope this is clear. So this is how any number can be expressed in the scientific notation form. Now, based on understanding of this, how simple mathematical operation, that is addition, subtraction, and multiplication, division. So these 4 mathematical operations to do, everyone knows this. So very fundamentals in the calculation. So it is given in the NCERT text. So I will give an activity for you. So after expressing the scientific notation form, so how power terms has to be used. So in the addition, in the subtraction, so in the multiplication, in the division, especially in the addition and subtraction. So before doing the mathematical operation, you need to make the values so to come in the same power terms. Then in the division and multiplication, whatever is the power term, so if you consider, so based on the addition or subtraction of the power terms, you will simplify those values, so that it is given with simple numerical exercises, so that you observe in the NCERT text. So when we solve with in detail numerical problems, so those particular aspects we'll try to discuss again. So as a continuation of this, you please try to observe those calculations so given in NCERT textbook. Now we'll try to move on to the next concept, significant figures. Now, before understanding what are significant figures, so we'll try to learn 2 terms called as precision and accuracy. So what is precision and what is accuracy, we'll try to learn. After learning, we'll try to define the significant figures. But with the definition of significant figures, you cannot understand all. You need to know the rules to find significant figures. So what are the rules to find the significant figures? We'll try to continue in the next class. But till the basic introduction for significant figures, so we'll try to follow now. So to understand significant figures, we need to learn these 2 terms called as precision and accuracy, which is precise and accurate. Now, if we take every experimental measurement has some amount of uncertainty associated with it. Hence, so whatever the values, if it is calculated through the experiments, so we need to analyze the results of the experiment. So to analyze such results, so we depend on significant figures concept. There, to count the significant figures, before that, we need to tell the value as either it is precise or accurate. Obtained value as precise or accurate. So in terms of measurement, it is called as precision and accuracy of the result. Now we'll try to understand it. So what is that precise or precision and accuracy or accurate? Now precision refers to closeness of various measurements for the same quantity. Now there is some quantity. So for that, if the experimental values obtained are closer to each other, so then the measured values are said to be precise. So hence precision refers to closeness of various measurements for the same quantity. Again, we'll take example, an interesting experimental based example, so that with the help of that you can easily understand, but try to observe. So these are very important 1-mark question as well as competitive topic. So precision and accuracy based calculations will be asked in the competitive exams. Try to understand. Precision refers to closeness of various measurements for the same quantity. Then accuracy is the agreement of a particular value to the true value. So if the obtained value is in agreement with true value, then it is said to be accurate. If the obtained value is closer to the true value, it is called as precision. In simple terms, so precision refers to closeness of various value. Accuracy refers to in agreement with the true value. Now we'll take a simple example based, so this will be very clear for you to understand. So here, so we'll consider three students A, B, C. So we'll find the mass. So an experiment is assigned for the three students A, B, C to find the mass of a substance. The true mass of the substance is 2 grams. The actual mass of the substance is 2 grams, and with various experimental means, they need to analyze the mass. So each student will take 2 trials. So in 2 trials, so they will do the same experiment. So they repeat for the second time and they will note their measured value. And after getting their results, so we'll try to explain. So whether the student data is precise or accurate, we'll try to answer. Hope you are getting this. So there are 3 students A, B, C, and they have to find the mass of a substance, and the mass of the substance true value is 2 grams. So it is known it is 2 grams, but the students are not knowing this. So they are going to analyze this with the help of experiment. Then after their experiments, so we are going to tell whether the obtained value of the student is precise or accurate by understanding the concept. Now, if we take the student A data here, so student A, so in the first trial, so he will get the mass 1.95. So in the second trial, so he will repeat the experiment and he will get the mass as 1.93. 1.95 and 1.93. So for the true value 2 grams. So the average for the two, if you do, it will be 1.940. Now if you take student A, the values 1.95 and 1.93. The values are having more difference? No, the values are very closer. These two values are said to be closer. Hence, we can say the student A data is precise. As the measured values are closer to each other, so we can say the student A data as precise. Now, if we take student B, he will get in the first trial 1.94 and in the second trial 2.05. If you observe 1.95, 1.93, which are very closer because after decimal place the digit is same 99, but in the second digit uncertainty associated it is 5, 3. The difference is 0, 0, that is 0.02. Hence the values are closer. If you take here, so 1.94, 2.05, it is having more difference. Hence the values are not closer. So whether the value is in agreement with true value? No. So the value is not in agreement with true value 2 gram. Hence, so we can consider this data as student B data as neither precise nor accurate because they are not in true value, that is they are not in agreement with true value. Similarly, they are not closer to each other. And the student B data is neither accurate nor precise, or neither precise nor accurate. Now, if you observe the student C data, so the first value is 2.01 and the second value is 1.99. Now, if you consider 2.01 and 1.99, which is very closer, so the difference is 0.02. But if you do the average, so average of this two is in agreement with the true value 2 grams. As we can say, as the two measured values are closer, so we can call the data of student C as precise, as well as the obtained average is in agreement with true value. Hence, we can take the value of student C as accurate also. Hence, the measured values of student C is both precise as well as accurate. I hope these calculations will help us to understand what is precise and what is accurate. Now, student A data, as they are closer, but they are not in agreement with true value. hence they are only precise. Student B data, so they are not closer to each other as well as they are not in agreement with true value, hence we can say they are neither precise nor accurate. Whereas for student C data, they are closer to each other as well as they are in agreement with the true value 2 grams by averaging it. Hence, so we can say, so if precise, then we can consider the values for accuracy. Hence, student C data is both precise as well as accurate. So this is how the measured values of experimental data can be checked to understand so whether they are precise or accurate. So these are 1 mark important questions. So as definition questions, they will ask what is precision and what is accuracy, or they will give the data and they will ask you to identify whether the experimental values of the given student is precise or accurate. So this same question is repeated in NCERT exemplar competitive exam question. And try to practice this kind of measurements clearly by understanding the concept precision and accuracy. By understanding this, now we'll learn what are significant figures. Now, significant figures are the meaningful digits which are known with certainty. So each value counted as a significant figure so is a meaningful digit and it is known with certainty. So each value in the significant figure is a certain digit. How to measure that significant figure with the rules we'll try to observe in the next class. Thank you. So we'll continue in our next class.